extremely secure. So if a user loses their laptop, whenever that laptop is turned on and contacts your synchronization service, there's actually a kill pill if it's lost, and you can actually destroy that virtual machine and make it unusable. So it adds quite a bit of granular security on top of just virtual desktops in general. As I said, it's a true bare metal user experience. It's almost like being natively installed locally because of our hypervisor technology. It's completely secure and stable, and it really works well. I've been using it actually. I'm actually running a presentation off of it right now, off of a secure virtual machine provided through ZenClient. And then the last topic that I'll talk about is virtual applications. Virtual applications are maybe the cornerstone of building the fundamentals of providing a complete virtualization solution. Most of the customers that I have and most of the customers that I talk to, when I sit down in their conference rooms and talk to them about their needs, what their business challenges are, what they need to deliver to their users, at the end of the conversation, it's normally agreed that applications are what their users need access to. So the virtual desktops are needed for a lot of users, but most of the time it's going to be applications. So continuing with the theme of Windows applications on demand to any users, anywhere over any network. And this is FlexCast for applications. So we have the ability to run a hosted shared model, just like I said earlier. It's the highest return on your investment, the lowest total cost of ownership. It runs on top of a terminal services-based environment on your Microsoft operating system, now called RDS with 2008. But we also have the ability to stream an application to a user and to allow them to take it offline and take it with them. And when they do that, you're able to update those applications remotely and only send the differential changes. You don't have to pull the entire application down again. So it's extremely powerful technology on delivering applications. So we call that provisioning. We're able to stream and we are able to provision applications to users. So another technology fit that we had added to this product of application delivery this year is the ability to host a virtual machine-based application that would only run in Windows XP or Windows 7 or Vista. So we can provide those through our application virtualization platform, and the users have no idea that it's not being hosted on a server platform. It's still presented to them in the same manner that any of their other applications are, but the execution and the resource utilization is actually taking place on a desktop-based operating system in the background. And what that brings me to next is the BYOC program that Citrix has implemented. It's called Bring Your Own Computer. And not every employee, but about 70% of our employees at Citrix actually have a stipend given to them when they come on for employment, and they receive another one every 3 years to purchase their own device. The only stipulation is that they maintain a 3-year, 4-hour response warranty to have that device repaired or replaced if they have an issue. But we provide applications, we provide virtual desktops, we provide everything that any of our workforce needs to be productive through all of our technologies. And, we'd like to say we eat our own dog food. But we allow the users to have whatever device they would like to. And by using all of our technologies, we can even keep our own corporate desktop completely separate and completely locked down with group policies and things like that, and still give them the ability to have a personal machine and to actually let them have the machine at the end of the 3 years when they buy another machine. So it's the Bring Your Own Computer program. So XenApp 6 is the application virtualization product that we use and the product that I'm talking about, and it's business applications that you can take with you. It can be hosted or streamed. And to go back to our earlier theme of work shift we're moving work to a more optimal place, and not just moving work to a more optimal place, but we're providing more options of where your workforce can actually be productive. So they can work from a Starbucks just like I am today in Washington, D.C. They can work from home. They can work from anywhere within your organization and still have the exact same user experience, no matter where they log in from and no matter what type of device that they actually log in from. So we're shifting that from the normal standard of just giving someone a PC or an appliance to giving them an entirely large tool bag, and you decide which tool you want to give to which user and enable them to work. So it's a virtual work style, and it's just enabling better ways for people to work. And just another summary of the virtualization products that tie all of this solution together with virtual meetings, support, virtual clients, desktops, applications, networks, servers, and clouds. And I somehow made it, Valerie, before my 45-minute mark, even though I started a few minutes late.
That's great. We have a few questions here. If anybody else has any questions, please feel free to write them in using your GoToWebinar box now. We'll get started. We've got James would like to know, he says he is a VMware customer, and will he have to replace the infrastructure that he already has to use Citrix?
That's a great question, James. As I briefly mentioned earlier, all of our technology is a complete open architecture. We do have server virtualization technology called XenServer, but we fully embrace VMware's product with server virtualization. With, I think you'll find that myself and most of my team really have a hard time throwing rocks or saying anything bad about VMware's server virtualization technology. They make a great product, and some of our largest desktop virtualization deployments are actually on top of vSphere and on top of ESX, so it works very well. And our support staff is all extremely familiar with the way that their technology works, and you will not ever have any problems of that being a supported platform on Citrix, but it will absolutely work on top of VMware.
Okay. I have another question here. Sue wants to know when are good times to use desktop virtualization as opposed to application virtualization?
That was Susan, or Sue, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a fantastic question, and I have that same conversation with customers on a daily basis. As I kind of alluded to a little earlier, a lot of the times you'll find that users really just need access to applications versus an entire desktop. So you're able to provide a desktop look and feel through a hosted, shared or server operating system like 2008 R2. You can actually make it look like Windows 7. But remember that that's a completely locked down environment. Users can't make any changes. So in that scenario, you're providing the look and feel of a desktop, but you're not really providing the user customization and the flexibility of having their own desktop operating system. So when you have a user that needs the ability to install applications, to make customizations that will within the operating systems that will remain just with that user, that's where desktop virtualization really comes into play. The beauty of either solution is what I mentioned earlier, is that no matter where you are, no matter what device, no matter what type of network, the user experience and the look and feel will remain the same no matter where they log in from. So that's the beauty of either solution.
Great. Well, it looks like that's all the questions we have today. If anybody has any other questions that you think of later, please feel free to send us an email at sales@centrinetcorp.com, and we will get right back to you.